welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Julia. I've got my buddy Colton here right now. Yeah, he's not feeling himself today, so he just wants all the extra snuggles. My current most popular video to date right now is the top 10 struggles of being a police wife. So I thought I would make a little part 2 and throw out some tips on being a police wife. But before I get started, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will jump right on in. Okay, so these are just some tips that work for me and my family. They might not work for you, but they've been super helpful, so I hope these do help you out. My first tip is to get a planner, and this is something my family did recently. We used to never be planner people, but ever since we got one, it's made our life so much easier. We've got a big whiteboard planner in our kitchen hallway, and it just has all of my husband's shifts that he's working, so we can plan our date night, and like all the things I'm doing with the kids. It's been so helpful. It's been so helpful that I actually went out and got my own personal planner. It's basically the same one as that, just a little more in depth with being like, since I'm a stay-at-home mom, I have like my chores that I need to do and what I want to accomplish that day, like play dates for the next day, play dates for the week, or if we have plans with somebody. It's just a little more in depth than the one on our wall. My second tip, and I'm gonna laugh so hard because every time someone told me this, I would get super offended. And it is to find a hobby. Every time someone told me to get a hobby, I would be like, I'm an adult, I do not have time for a hobby. Like, I have things to do. But I kind of pushed that aside and actually found a hobby. And I got into gardening. I don't want to get into all that, but finding a hobby is so, like, it just keeps your mind off what's going on at work. And if you're alone for long hours of the day, it's really just a lifesaver, like just keeping your mind off of your husband or wife or what's going on at their work, or it just, and then it kind of makes the time go by so much quicker while he's at work. But yeah, so finding a hobby was like one of the best things, because between gardening and working out and taking care of the kids and play dates, my husband comes home, I'm like, oh, it's already that time. I wasn't expecting you. And it's like, I'm not texting him as much, and I'm not calling him and bothering him as much, so it really works out for the both of us. My third tip, and it's probably a really important one, and it's to remember and to keep in mind that stories he tells you are so much worse than what they actually are. And I feel like that's true in just about any department. My husband works in one of the most dangerous cities in our state, and even the stories he tells me, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. And then I'll be like, can you show me your body cam footage? I want to see it all. I finally got Colton to calm down, and I finally got Sophia to do her own thing, so I can probably get back into this and finish up number 3. And that is to get out of the house as much as possible. This goes for like any stay-at-home mom in general, not just like law enforcement, but it's so much better to get out of the house, whether it's like a play date or like just to go to the park, go to the farmer's market, even go to the grocery store, like grab a Starbucks and go to the grocery store. It just like gets you off your phone, gets your mind off of things. You're not like texting and calling your husband, like, when are you gonna be home? Why aren't you texting me back? Kind of like how I am, but it's so much better to get out of the house. Another tip is Don't listen to the radio. Not like the radio when you're in your car driving. Not that radio. Like, I don't even know what they call it. It's out of my head. The radio, you can download an app, and I'm gonna Google this. Hold on. Police scanners. Do not download the app and listen to the police scanners. You're just gonna freak yourself out. And like I said before, stories are much worse than what they actually are. So just don't, you're gonna freak yourself out. You're gonna be calling your husband. You're gonna be texting him. You're gonna be wondering if he's okay. I've only downloaded the app once during like all the riots that were going on a couple of years ago, and that was never again. Not doing that ever again, and I won't. Definitely don't do that. Tip number 5 to kind of piggyback on don't listen to the radio is stay off Facebook, because I feel like you're getting more information from what's happening in like your local community than anything else. I deleted Facebook because I deleted it a couple years ago for many reasons. One of them being like I'm just overseeing what's going on. I don't want to freak myself out. I don't want to worry. And I've felt so much better without Facebook than ever before. And not only like it's kind of died down a lot of like back when like the riots and stuff were going on, everybody was hating cops like nothing before. ACAB, all cops are like all of that, and it's just like so like refreshing not having to read that and not having to see your own family and friends like hate your husband's career because of like stuff going on in the media. Another tip for you guys is try to find friends that are in similar situations that you are. Like I used to never have police wife friends. I did not get along with, it's not that I didn't get along with any police wives in my husband's apartment. I just didn't vibe with them. But I got involved in my church, and they started doing play groups, and I actually met a bunch of police wives there. And it's so nice to like talk to someone and get reassured, and knowing you're not the only one in these types of situations. So that's always refreshing too, is to find people to talk to that are in similar situations like you are. My last tip for you guys, this kind of like goes against literally everything I just said, but it's to possibly go on a ride along with your husband. I know I did it once, and it was such an amazing experience. I wish I could have sat with him the whole shift, but because I'm a mom, I unfortunately only got to do it for like 4 to 6 hours, but it was such a good experience. I got to see what it's like on the day-to-day and see like what types of situations he gets into, a lot of them being scarier than I expected, and a lot of them being not so scary as I expected. And it's just nice to know like your husband or your significant other is trained, like professionally trained to know what to do and how to handle these types of situations. And it's just such a good reassurance like on your every day-to-day basis that he knows what he's doing, and if anything happens, like he's trained for it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this helps you out. If you want to be friends, I always love talking to police wives and just other moms in general. Follow me on Instagram. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you. Bye.